Hey guys, it's Becky, and I know I've been promising a Teen Wolf Predictions video for probably about 2 weeks now. It's just I wanted to do it, and then I found out, oh, Monday they're gonna show the trailer, and I was like, I'll wait because I'll make my predictions then, because all we've had is like these teasers, and you can only hope what you want on the show. So I decided to wait, and then I said I was gonna put it up yesterday, and that didn't end up happening. So now I'm doing it today, and we got a lot of things to touch up on, but I'm going to try to do it really quickly because I don't want this to turn into like a 30-minute video that you have to watch. I kind of just want to go wish and wash and get all through it. So we're going to start off um, with Scott and then work our way down with the show. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I am open for comments and everything. I'm also going to put this on my YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, guys. Well, let's get started. I have like a notepad where I put notes down because otherwise I'm just gonna ramble on. So first off, I have that Scott got red eyes, which means he's an alpha. What I think it means is that I think that you don't have to kill an alpha to become an alpha. I think that if it's always been in you to be one, like it's fate. Um, I think that you could just become one. So I think that there's a big chance that Scott's going to become an alpha this season. But maybe not like a full on alpha, you know what I mean? He's going to be an alpha, but he's still going to like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Just I think that he's going to be an alpha, but just not like the full blown alpha that, Derek is or something because he killed an alpha. But I think it's really cool that Scott's reaching his potential, which is to be an alpha, which I think he's always had. So I'm really excited about that. So another thing about Scott is him and Allison. It seems a little awkward at first, and I think it's because they're gonna have a little moment like of weakness and be like, let's just, get to let's just do it. Let's just do it. Just for the hell of it. And so they do. I think they do. And I think that after that they become really good friends. Think after they get that out of the way and everything, they become really good friends and can work with each other. Um, but they're still gonna be awkward. I think it's always gonna be awkward those two. And the next step, Scott becomes more of a leader, obviously, because he really wants these people out because one, they're terrorizing the town and his friends and his family, and they're really evil people. And I'm really excited to see him become the leader that I think we've always known he could be. So, um, I think that's pretty much it for Scott right now. I'm still gonna probably write some more, but obviously he's gonna connect with other people once I get to them. But that's kind of all I have for Scott at the moment. Next, I want to talk about Isaac and Allison. There is that interesting scene, or well, little clip of a moment where they're kind of looking at each other like, hey. But it also can be misconstrued. They could also be like, oh no, like what are we gonna do? Scott's on the floor. I don't know, but I think that they're gonna get a lot closer and learn to trust each other more. But I think it would definitely break bro code if Isaac were to try and get it on with Allison. So I don't think he's gonna break bro code and do that. But I think that they're definitely gonna get a lot closer this season and learn to work with each other like everybody else is going to do. So I think that's kind of like the main and final point. They're going to just become closer friends. So, yeah. um, yeah. Okay, let's talk about my favorite person in the world, Styles Stilinski. Um, One, I think that he's going to get some mild action this season. We saw that girl lunge at him, which is fine, whatever. And they're not going to live anyway. I think I saw her die. Whatever. Anyway, that's enough jealousy for that. Okay, so I think that Styles is gonna get some girl action, whether it's just a lot of making out or, maybe a little bit more. But whatever, I think it's good for Styles to be getting some good fun time. And then also I think Styles is gonna be like the legit Batman. Like he's gonna be really secretive, I think, actually. I think that he's gonna um when I mean secretive, I mean like I heard that his room's gonna be like connected with all this stuff, and I think that he's gonna be a little more secretive about like what he knows, just so the alphas don't find out. So I think that he's gonna keep it a secret and be a man of the night and all that good stuff, and be a real detective this season. I think he's gonna really show everybody that he is extremely important. That you should treat him with the utmost respect. One, because he's Styles. Two, because he's really, really smart. So that's kind of where I think Styles is going this season. Okay, so let's move on to Mr. Sexy Derek Hale. And speaking of sexy, looks like he's going to be getting some sexy time. I'm really excited actually because I don't know. I just think that he definitely deserves to get some action along with Styles. I mean, the only person getting action the first two seasons was Scott. Now let's let everybody get some action, and one being Derek. So I'm really excited because I think that's gonna really make him look a lot more normal. So yeah. Um, but I have a question, and it's right here on my notepad. Who is Derek's love interest? I'm really confused because they showed this little creepy hand thing. I'm sure it's more romantic in this scene, but it was creepy for that moment. Um, whose hand is that? I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, it's the English teacher," but the English teacher isn't the person they had said who it was gonna be. If that makes yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why I didn't think that made sense, but it's not the person who said it was gonna be. So I don't know. Is he gonna have more than one love interest? Is Derek gonna be, getting it in with a lot of other people? Who knows? I don't know. But I kind of want to know who it is. Really confused. I'm legitly confused, but I'm excited. That would be cool if Derek was dating the English teacher, because then he'd actually have a reason to be a creeper on campus, because he's watching his girlfriend, not just being a creeper trying to kill people. And plus it'd be really cute, like I don't know, Scott and them be like, "You're really dating our teacher? Like really?" I don't know. I think it'd be really cute and really fun little storyline to go with, and definitely kind of like give a more uplifting vibe to the season. Sorry, stuttered. Because this season's gonna be really really depressing, I think. So yeah, that's kind of no, I don't have that all for nope. Derek. Derek learns to love. That's what I have for him. Also, I think him and Scott are gonna be more brothers this season. They're gonna work together better, and they're gonna be more close, and really, really just decide that they both need to be the leaders that they have always wanted to be. And so I think that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to work together, they're going to be brothers in this big crazy mess that they're in, and work together and succeed. Okay, next up, we're going to talk about Lydia being a hoe. Now, when I mean be a hoe, I mean be a hoe, but that's awesome. I've been waiting for Skanky Skank on this show. I've been waiting for someone to be the legit like high school hoe. I've been waiting for it, and the fact that it's Lydia is awesome. Um, now I don't think she's gonna be like a legit hoe where she sleeps with everybody, but apparently during the summer she tried to get Jackson off her mind. I don't care. I think it's awesome that she is being a little promiscuous because honestly, I think that's what makes a high school show. You have to have someone that goes a little sexy, sexy, you know? She likes the sexy time. You have to have that. If not, then it's not a real high school TV show. It's just not. So I love that she's the one who's going to be, okay, obviously not the whole freaking season. She's going to be a hoe. But you know what I mean? Like, she looks like she'd be hooking up with some werewolf people this season. Maybe Aiden. It looks like it. She wants one. Who doesn't want one? I want one. The twins may switch sides. If I could get that out, may switch sides, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to be on Team Derek and Scott? But yeah, no, I think that they're gonna find it really hard to be on the side that they've been on recently, for the most part of their life, maybe. I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna find it really hard not to, well, one, fall in love with Danny, because who doesn't want to fall in love with Danny? And two, fall in love with Beacon Hills in general. So I think they're gonna find it very hard to deal with that. Speaking of Danny, Danny's gonna be very important this season. One, because he'll be kind of being seduced by one of the alpha werewolves. But yeah, I think that Danny's gonna become more important. I think he definitely is gonna find out about all the werewolf stuff because of Aiden. And so, yeah, I think that the twins are going to be a hot little commodity. I think Lydia's going to be a hot little commodity. And I think Danny's going to be a hot commodity. It's just a hot commodity all the way around, you know? They're all going to be a little, you know, promiscuous and hoey. But I love that. I love that. And that's exactly what makes a high school show more realistic because we all know there were hoes in high school. Okay, so another thing I noticed was that Lydia, she says her whole, I don't know how I knew that body was there, or something like that. I think that Lydia's connection to the werewolf world is a lot more intricate and deeper than we really thought it was before. Originally we thought, oh, she was bit by Peter, she's immune. Maybe she's got something up with her. Maybe, down the line there's something up with her. But now it's more looking like she's really connected to the world in a way that she doesn't even understand. And I think that, we're gonna maybe not find out exactly what she is this season, but we're gonna definitely see that her role in this supernatural world is a lot more important and intricate than we thought it was originally. So that's kind of my deal on Lydia and her so-called ability of being immune. So yeah. Next up, I want to talk about Peter being a shady motherfucker. He is shady as shady comes. And the truth is, I think that this season we're going to see that he's going to be even more shady because, well, that's just Peter. He's never been really one to be trusted, for one. And two, these alphas are in town and he's not an alpha anymore, but I don't even know what he is. But I think that you're gonna find him at the end of the season on a different side, and he's always just gonna be shady, shady, shady. And I wouldn't trust him if he was in my life, so I don't think either one of them, Scott and Derek, should trust him, or anybody else that is involved with Scott and Derek. So nobody should be trusting Peter. It's not safe for anybody. Ask Lydia. So yeah. Okay, so the alphas are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They are crazy. I mean, I'm talking like Hannibal Lecter crazy. Like they're gonna be really good villains this season. I'm really excited for the villainy that they have this season. And I think the alphas are definitely gonna get into the minds of everybody in Beacon Hills and just scare the shit out of them, honestly. So I'm really excited about them, and I think that they're gonna bring a lot more issues up than I think the Beacon Hills pack, as they're kind of called, really, knew about. Issues inside of them that they didn't really know were there. With Isaac and Scott and Styles being in this bromance triangle, which I'm gonna explain in a little bit. But yeah, so I think that they're gonna be really crazy, as we've seen already. Really malicious and evil, and just kind of cause really bad havoc. So I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Let's talk about Denton and the counselor chick because I can never remember her name. It's like Moray or something. But anyway, let's talk about them. They obviously are not hunters, but they're not, you know, werewolves, obviously. Obviously, oh my god, that's completely obvious. Anyway, but they know a lot. They kind of remind me of Faith and Giles a little bit, believe it or not. And the reason I say Faith is because that counselor chick looks like she's not afraid to get her hands dirty and do bad things to make things right. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how Faith always was. She was doing shady things, but it was for the good of people. And so I think that's how a counselor is. Um, but as far as Denton, I think that they have a different kind of mission in their head of what they want to do. Whether it's Gerard or Peter or something, I just don't think they're really dedicated to figuring out about the alphas as much as we would like them to be, but I don't know. And as far as, their involvement with Scott and everything, I think I keep saying Denton. Deaton is obviously very enamored of Scott in a way and wants to help him. Can we please talk about the fact that Mama McCall might die? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't want her to die. I have this theory that she's gonna be saved at the last minute, but then I read somewhere that she is now gonna be on season 4 of Walking Dead. So I don't know if that's true. I don't know any of that stuff. I didn't do all this research before I made this prediction video, obviously. But if she dies, it would definitely lead into the fact that they wanted to include Scott's dad this season. I don't want Mama McCall to die. She just found out about all this stuff and she's really helpful, damn it. What the hell? Well, she's so not she's nicer and she's funny. It's so funny. I read this thing on Tumblr and it was about when, she gets her throat slashed and it's like it reminds this person of the Hangover in the Hangover one where he's like, she's a nice lady, and it's so true. It's like, and like, no, she's a nice lady. Why would you do that? It's so depressing. I'm gonna be depressed if Mama McCall does not make it through season 3. I will be really, really sad. Damn it. I'm gonna talk really quick. I'm gonna talk really quick about the Argents because I don't think that they are gonna be in it as much. I don't know. Allison looks like she wants to be in it when last season she didn't really want to be in it. I don't know. She's bipolar. But I think as far as um Daddy Argent or Papa, I don't know how to make this not sound creepy. Chris Argent, as far as he is concerned, I don't think he really wants to deal with the alphas. But I think when it comes down to it, to keeping people safe, I think that he'll help, but it's going to be very last minute towards the season. But I think he's going to find it hard not to help, but he's not going to help and be as involved as he was in the first 2 seasons. So that's kind of how I see the Argents going this season. So now it's time for my conclusion on this season of Teen Wolf. Uh, so I have like my little, end notes, and pretty much styles will become more apparently important. Um, And in this sense of apparently, it's going to be apparent to everyone around him that he's more important, that they need to keep him around. And then Isaac and Derek will kind of have a family now. I think that at the end of this season, they're going to realize how much of a family they are. And that kind of gets me all kind of butterflies inside because it's like they both had never really. Well, I mean, okay, Derek had his family. And I know I didn't really touch up on the flashback episode, but I think that that's kind of like self-explanatory on what we're gonna see. We're gonna understand why eyes are the way they are. We're gonna understand Derek the way he is, and it's an important episode. But I think that we kind of all know what's gonna happen. It's it's gonna be Derek's memory, and that's about it. But I think Derek and Isaac are gonna see that this season, at the end of the season, they're gonna have a family. They're gonna have a family within their pack as far as Scott, and I didn't really touch on Boyd either because I feel like Boyd may be going a little rogue and it's gonna be a little bit different with him. But I think by the end of the season he's gonna come together with them and realize that they all are a family and that they can all be together and support each other. So Isaac and Derek are probably gonna end up with the family that they never really thought was there for them to have in a way. So and then Derek will have love, hopefully. I hope he ends up this season with a girl and someone to really care about him because I think that's important to his character growth. And I think that, she may be very important to him in a way that we don't really understand yet. So I'm really excited to get into that and really explore Derek as a boyfriend and not just a brooding, angry alpha leader. And then I have Lydia is going to be more down to earth, which I really believe. I think that Lydia is definitely going to become more down to earth, not so Lydia Martin anymore, just plain old Lydia. And I think that with all the things that are happening in the town, she's going to really just realize that nothing is more important than her friends and the safety of herself and her friends. So I think clothes and shopping and are going to be a little secondary. I don't think she's going to lose her Lydia Martin essence. Like, she's not going to lose her Lydia Martin isms with her little, the way she talks and the way she acts. But I think that the things that she found important in season 1 and 2 are definitely not going to be as important. So that's kind of my prediction with Lydia at the end of the season. As far as Ethan and Aiden, I think that they're gonna go and be on Beacon Hill's team, Team Beacon Hills. That's how I see it going down. They're gonna be in this kind of crossroads with themselves and realize that killing people is just not what it was all about in the end. And I think that they're gonna really find that they really like the people in Beacon Hills. So, um, I think the alphas are gonna die, except for maybe Delucian. I don't know how to say his name. Delucian, I don't know. It's spelled weird, so I just keep saying Delucian, because I've heard that name before somewhere. But yeah, I don't know how to say it. So I think that they're all gonna die. I'm hoping they all die, because then that would mean happiness in the town. But I think that maybe one of them would survive, and that's the next point. Peter is gonna hook up with one of them. Not in that way, but you know what I mean. Like they're gonna work together, because Peter is a shady person. They're gonna work together. They're gonna wreak havoc, and that's gonna be season 4, maybe. And then I don't want to say this, but I think Father McCall is in and Mama McCall is out. Um, but we had a good run with her, and no one really ever dies in this show anyway. So I'm gonna talk about the ships really quick. And for those of you, I don't know why you wouldn't know this, but for those of you who don't know which ships are, they are relation. They don't always have to be sexual, by the way. Most people think they do, but it's just a pairing of people on a TV show and or movie that you thought should be together, but they're not together. My first one should be Steric, but it's not. I don't know why I wrote Didia first, but I wrote Didia, which is Derek and Lydia. Derek and Lydia are gonna definitely work this season. They're gonna work together this season. And I think it's gonna be a really cool aspect because they're definitely kind of the same person in a way. So I think that this season they're gonna work together and it's gonna be really, really cool. Steric, it's not a lot. There's not a lot of it in the first half of the season we heard, but I think that Steric's just gonna become more of a thing. And more of like a pairing. They're gonna work together and be more trusting of each other, and I think that's the best part of it. Um, and Scallison, I think they're gonna be best friends and really work together and just be better friends. I think Scallison's gonna be better friends. I don't know how to put it. Is Scallison, Isaacson. You know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Isaac and Allison. I think that they're gonna be closer, and maybe romance will start, but not anytime soon, because that would break guy code and or bro code. Um, Stydia, Styles, and Lydia are going to become best friends. I think everybody's going to become best friends this season. That's just my prediction. No one's going to date inside the pack. But yes. And let's talk about Skyzik and what was Scott and Styles? Was it Skiles? I think it was Skiles. Let's talk about them guys because their little bromance triangles are gonna be cray cray. I think that they're gonna get over it. Honestly, I think it's just gonna be some inner jealousy with Styles, like, this is my best friend. How could you steal my best friend? You asshole. And then get over it because they need to work together and solve this mystery and just work together and get over it. You all love each other. I think Isaac and Scott Styles are gonna end up working together and being really cool friends. But they're not gonna all be the 3 best friends that anyone could have. They're not gonna be the wolf pack. But that would be funny. So Alpha Scott, I think we already touched on this. I think Scott's gonna become an alpha. End of story. No surprise there. And the pack becomes real. I think that when I mean the pack becomes real, I think at this end of the season they're gonna realize that they are all a pack. Scott, Allison, Styles, Isaac, Boyd, Derek, Lydia. They're a pack in themselves, and they can accomplish anything. And it sounds super cheesy, but it's true. They're gonna realize they can accomplish anything and be a pack to reckon with. And I think that once they realize that they've become this pack and people find out, I think even more trouble is going to come their way because of the word that maybe is getting around that they are this amazing pack and they're not all werewolves. So I think that that's going to get around, and I think that they really are going to become a pack and a family. I think that that's even more important because that seems to be dropping around Beacon Hills, and I didn't really touch on Sheriff Stilinski, and that's because I think he's not going to find out about the werewolves. That's kind of like my only say on him. But him and Styles are going to obviously work together and figure this whole mess out. But I still think he's not going to find out about werewolves. So, and last but not least, I believe that the end of this movie, this season, it's going to be like Reservoir Dogs up in here. like reservoir dogs. Like blood is gonna be everywhere, like buckets and buckets of it. So that's kind of these are kind of my predictions, guys. And you don't have to agree with them. You can tell me, oh, you're so wrong. That's not gonna happen. But I think I've said pretty generic things. I would like Didia to happen. It's not gonna happen. I would love Steric to happen. It's not gonna happen. I could go off and, say these, really out there predictions, but I think I've pretty much said some generic stuff and kind of given my opinion about it. But yeah, so in the bigger scheme of things, it's gonna be Reservoir Dogs with all the blood, but in the end, everybody's gonna be a family, and I think that's the best part of it all. And of course, you can always leave your comments. They're totally accepted. You can always leave your opinions. You can tell me anything you want. And that's kind of it, guys. So, super excited for season 3. I think it's only one more week away, right? Am I on crack? No, it's only one more week away. I'm freaking out. So yeah, I'm super excited. So excited. But yeah, season 3 in 1 week. I'm so excited. Well, technically it's 2 weeks, but no, it's a week-ish. I don't know. It's a week and some odd days. But yeah, and it's so funny. I showed my sister the trailer because I'm kind of the only freak in the family that likes the show. Um, and I showed her the trailer and she's like, "Oh my God, this season looks really scary." And I was like, "I know, right? It looks so cool." So I think that she's gonna be my watching buddy because I haven't really had a watching buddy, and so I can't really talk to anybody about the show. So it kind of sucks. But hopefully she'll be my watching buddy along with the rest of you guys. That's always the cool part about really having this awesome fandom for a TV show because you can talk with all you guys. So I'm really excited. I can't wait for season 3 and um, go Teen Wolf.